Hello, good afternoon all. I am audible to all of you. Can you all see me?
Good
Yes, sir.
afternoon, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you? Sonali, Yasmin, Zainab. Okay,
Fine, sir.
fine.
Yes, sir.
Check. Okay. Yes, Chandrasekhar, can you please mute yourself? Sonali, am I audible to you? Can you hear me? सोनाली माझा आवाज ऐकू येतोय का तुझा? ठीक आहे. मनीष,
Yes, sir.
am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, fine. So ठीक है. So only 6 have joined. So probably they will join later. No issue. We will start with discussing the questions which you have, the test which you have taken on Monday, right? So all of you have attempted that test. All of you have given the test.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I was expected you to give that test within the time limit which is given in the like which you have to give, because again ultimately depends whether you are able to solve these questions within the given time limit or not. That's very important part in the exam, right? Okay, Yasmin, how many questions you have attempted out of 50? Hello. Yes, Yasmin, am I audible to you now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how many questions you have attempted out of 50 questions?
35, sir.
35 questions.
35.
35.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Check. Okay, what about you, Zainab? How many questions you have attempted out of 50 questions?
Sir, I've tried to attempt all except 35th question. That question, I think, sir, please just check that question. उसमें options का थोड़ा सा, maybe I'm
Check.
wrong,
We'll
but
discuss. We'll
except
discuss.
that.
We'll discuss it. No worry. We will discuss each and every question. I'm going to discuss all the questions today. But I just wanted to know, you have attempted 49 questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Check. Let's see. Okay. What about you, Chandrasekhar?
Everything, sir.
You have attempted all 50 questions. Okay. Good.
Yes, sir.
Manish. So you were sure about all 50 questions, or you have like just wanted to attempt and you have attempted all 50 questions, Chandrasekhar?
I attempted all questions. Yes.
You have attempted it, but you know the answers of all the questions, or you have
Some questions are even I have doubts, sir. So
we'll see
yes.
about it. Yes, Manish, what about you?
I have attempted 35 questions.
35 questions.
35 or 36. I don't remember. 35
Okay.
or 36.
Fine, no problem. Yes, Piyush, what about you? How many questions you have attempted?
47.
47. Okay, good. ठीक है, Rupali?
Sir, 45.
45. ठीक है. Gitanjali, how much you attempted?
Yes, sir, same 45.
45 you attempted. Okay, so you
I
knew
also
all.
have doubts in
So
few
you have,
of the question.
but still you attempted it.
Yes, sir.
ठीक
No,
है.
I have skipped the whichever I have doubt in, but others I have attempted all.
Okay, fine. ठीक है, no problem. Moin has joined. ठीक है. Who is left? Sonali, am I audible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how many you attempted?
43.
43. Okay, fine, no problem. ठीक है, no problem. What about you, Moin? Hello, Moin, can you hear me? ठीक है, I guess he's not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how many questions you have attempted out of 50 which I have given to you? You have
Sir,
given the test?
four questions. Yes, sir.
4 questions you have left. Okay.
Four
ठीक है.
questions I have attempted, sir.
Okay, fine. ठीक है. Okay, what about you, Naveen? Naveen,
Yes,
am I
sir.
audible to you? Yeah. How many questions you have
Yes, yes.
attempted?
I've attempted around 45 questions, sir.
45 questions. ठीक है. चलो, so everyone has attempted a good amount of questions. So I just want to know that why you people were like attempting such a high amount of questions. So was the question paper difficult or was it easy, or how did you find the questions? One second. Hello, yes, Pallavi. Yes. So how did you find the test? Just I just want some feedback from you so that I will continue. Yes, Gitanjali, how were the questions? How did you find it?
So the questions were difficult and most of them were factual, like the committees and the amendments.
Mm-hmm.
Actual number, I don't know. So
Okay. Okay. Fine, no
those I
problem.
have left.
No, I have put some questions deliberately because I know if actual exam mein there will be some questions where will be like more factual. So you are supposed to skip that exam, right? So that is what is expected. So when you don't know about that particular fact, then you are expected to leave that question, or you have to expected to skip that question. That is why I have taken few factual questions, because UPSC also asked one or two factual questions just to what you can say check your whether you are skipping that question or not. So that is what I have tried to what you can say. I have included some factual questions even if you don't know about it. Fine. Yes. What about you,
Yes, sir.
Manish? Yes. What about you, Manish? How did you find the questions?
Yeah, some were like extreme factuals, which I didn't know at all.
Mm-hmm.
So those questions I skipped completely.
Mm-hmm.
Others, like philosophical questions, those also like I skipped only, like very like narrow answers or like similar answers. Those things I skipped.
Okay.
Other than that, like around 30 questions I was able to like completely know.
Fine.
And then another 5 questions it was like 50-50, so I took a guess on that.
Cheek.
So it's
No.
like 70 questions for 100 marks is what I'm thinking for to attempt in mains as prelims, right? So 50 means like around 35 should do. So that was my thinking.
Yeah. Fine. No problem. So in polity, as we have seen that in polity around 15 questions are there every year. So out of 15 questions, if you attempt around 10 to 12 questions, that's enough. But you don't need to read. You don't need to attempt all 15 questions. Around 10 to 12 is a good, what you can say, the attempt for polity. Because again, we know polity is a scoring subject. It is again like you have to like you score well in polity if your preparation is very well. But you also need to remember that if you don't get it wrong in the factual questions or tricky questions, or if you don't know anything about it, it's better to what you can say leave such questions. And again, you remember there will be 1 or 2 questions or 3 questions where you don't know anything in spite of what you can say in spite of complete study of polity. Fine. Even if you have read each and everything, in spite of that, 2 or 3 questions will be there which you don't need to attempt, or those questions have been created to trap you, or those questions have been what you can say framed what you can say to make you wrong. Fine. So that you need to understand. So I hope with this test you have understood that which question to be attempted and which not to be attempted. Fine. We will discuss that questions again. That these questions you were supposed to be skipped, were supposed to be not attempted, and the questions you were supposed to be attempted. Fine. Shall. What about you, Piyush?
Yes, sir. I liked the question paper because I was initially I was from before I was doing the question papers of different coaching institutes, and I scored in Vision Test Series. I scored as high as 190, but I was not satisfied because the questions were not up to that standard. Because most of the time it was like कि solution देख के पता चल जाता था, but ultimately it was not at the same level. But yesterday I found some questions, especially of the abstract questions were there, where it was very much difficult to leave or not, because I was knowing the answer and at the same time I was not sure for that answer. So such kind of training I was needing, because at the last moment I should be knowing which question to leave. So there are 3 questions which I left. I was knowing the answer, I think that were correct also. That might be correct also, but ultimately I left them thinking
Yeah.
that I shouldn't take chances.
Yeah. So
So
well, what
that's
you
what
do?
I'm planning for. Yeah.
So that's what you need to do, Piyush, in exam. See, if you have attempted like a good amount of questions in which you are very sure, so you should potentially leave questions now, because what will happen when you attempt more, there are chances of potentially getting it wrong. So when you're getting it wrong, then जो भी आपका पहले whatever questions we got it wrong, so sorry, got it correct, वो negative हो जाने के chances है, or like you may what you can say disqualify because of that questions you have attempted which you shouldn't have. Got it? So that practice should be there. Fine.
So
So your
moreover,
preparation, your preparation is very well. You just need to what you can say practice the UPSC kind of question. That is very important.
yes, sir. So actually, thing is, ki in prelims, irrespective of all the facts, the thing is, polity is the most scoring one. Where
Right.
15 questions, yeah, out of 15 questions, I myself is planning to make correct 13, or
Yeah.
not less than 13, but not more than 13 also. 12 to 13, I am thinking of. So in polity, I need to score 80% of the time. So in these tests also, if I am giving polity only, so I think I should be able to score 80% in it. I should
Yep.
not be seeing it as कि 100 में से कितना है, because polity का ही paper था पूरा, कुछ all
Yeah,
over paper
वैसे
तो
भी
था
होता
नहीं
है,
मेरा.
ऐसे होता है. See, that's what I'm saying. Even since it was a polity questions, you may be able to attempt 47 or 45. But when I keep the comprehensive question paper, like which will be having all questions of all the topics, that's what the real test. This is only a test of polity, right? So that is what I'm not telling anything to you. That's fine now. When you attempt the comprehensive test means when you will be like questions of all the subjects. There you should at least attempt around what you consider 70 to 75 questions. That is what is expected. So obviously you have to skip some questions from science and tech, from economics, from what you can say the some of the what you can say the questions which are from the social issues or history, which are bit factual, like especially in medieval
So I
India.
think the most dicey ones are the abstract questions of polity and few of economics. These two are the only topics वो जो last moment तक even coaching institute के आंसर की भी गलत निकल जाती हैं UPSC के आने से पहले.
Yes.
So apart from that, sir, science and tech and modern history तो almost पता होता है कि it is correct or incorrect. वहीं पता होता है अपने को कि हमें आता है या नहीं आता है. But these two kind of areas I need to focus more, and that's why I like this paper, and I'm even looking forward to such kind of paper of economics as well.
Yes, sure. So I will be framing all the, not only economics, I will be framing same type of questions for economics, history, then even geography, even science and tech, current economy. I'm going to frame such questions, but you need to, like you can say, wait for that, because as I told you, like I'm busy in some other engagements also, so I have to like you can say keep a time for this. So definitely I will try, and I will take all subjective questions as well as I will take the comprehensive questions also. No problem. Fine. Shall. Okay, fine. Yes, Chandrasekhar, how did you find the questions?
So first of all, questions are very good, sir. It is not extremely difficult. It is moderate, and I really very interested in that, solving all the questions, and I have a little bit doubt also in that.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
So
We'll do that one by one. We'll do that one by one. Fine. Chali. So we'll start with the discussion now, because we have almost done this thing. Okay, fine. So what I have tried to frame questions here. 2-3 things I kept in mind while framing the questions. One is that the question should not be too much difficult, or it should not be too much easy. Second thing, I have tried to accommodate those questions which were like on those political issues where they use. And third thing, I have tried to frame the questions as per the recent trends, how the UPSC is framing the questions, how it is framing the options, how it is framing what you can say the current factual questions also. The same way I've tried to do that. So we'll discuss one by one, right? So can you all see the screen now? Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Check it. Chalo. So the first question: what is the meaning of social equality in the Indian Constitution? So we need to what you can understand what is the meaning of this social equality in the Indian Constitution. First is lack of opportunities, lack of equality, then equal opportunity for all sections of the societies, and none of the above होना चाहिए था. There is none of the above. It is again a typing mistake. Anyways, so what should be the answer of this question? It is again a kind of abstract question. Such type of easy questions have been asked in abstract as well. But if you know the answer, you can find out the answer of this question, right? So what should be the answer of this question? All of you mark whether you got it correct or wrong when I will discussing the question one by one, right? So here the answer should be C, right? If you have any, I will give you the answer first, and then if you have any contestation of the answer, you can ask about it. Fine. So any doubts about C? All of you agree that C is the correct answer for this?
No. Yes.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Check it. Going to the next question. This is again a abstract question, but again it was an easy abstract question where you can easily eliminate A, you can eliminate B, and you can mark C, because equal opportunities for all sections of societies is actually an what you can say the meaning of social equality in the Constitution of India, especially in the DPS. Second, from which source India got the concept of uniform judiciary? Because we have seen that many questions have been asked in the past that this particular concept we have adopted from which source, we have adopted from which particular constitution. That has been the what you can say the way of the asking the question by UPSC. So uniform judiciary, you need to know what is uniform judiciary and from where we have adopted this concept of uniform judiciary, right? So can anybody tell me what is uniform judiciary? I am not only going to discuss only the answer, I will also discuss the concept related to that particular concept. Yes, can anybody tell me what is uniform judiciary?
सर इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी पता है कि यूनिफॉर्म जुडिशरी नहीं समझा सर.
Yes, independent of judiciary is different and uniform judiciary is different. Yes. Anyone knows what is the meaning of uniform judiciary? Yes. कोई बताएगा? गीतांजलि, what is uniform judiciary? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Check it. Okay, Manish, do you know what is uniform judiciary, or Manish or Piyush?
Sir, may I?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so uniform judiciary is where within the country that the laws passed are applicable to entire country. That is one concept we can define like that. Or in addition, we can also say like it is not differentiated between states and the center, in the sense like whatever laws or judgments that is given by the state can also be taken up by the center also, that is the Supreme Court. And like there is no division of rights as such in the judiciary itself.
Okay, yeah. Uniform judiciary means what? There is uniform judiciary throughout the country, irrespective of the state. Like if you go to the America, where we can say that state-wise the laws are different. Like in some state, for some act, what you can say the crime, there is a capital punishment. For some, what you can say the state, it is not. There is no capital punishment. For some state, the punishment is different. Like punishment is much higher. In some state, the punishment is less. In the America, so in America, the laws and what you can say the judiciary is different. What you can say is different in different states, right? Because the states have given the power to pass the law on the criminal, what you can say the activities, right? So in India, it is not the case. In India, all over the country, uniform judiciary is there, where we can see that all over the country, the criminal procedure code is same, the civil procedure code is same, and that is what is called as uniform judiciary. Got it? What is uniform judiciary? Uniform judiciary means all over the country, the law is same. There is no difference state-wise. Got it? So there is no like different law in the Maharashtra. There is no different law in the, like, you know, for example, like triple talaq. You know, triple talaq is applicable throughout the country. It is not applicable to any one particular state. But in America, that is not the case. In America, the criminal laws are passed in that particular state. So the laws are different in different states in America. And that is why there is no uniform judiciary in USA. But in India, we have the uniform judiciary. So this concept of uniform judiciary has been adapted from which source that question has been asked. So here you can see that it is again a factual question. If you know the from where we have adapted, you should attempt it. If you have read it somewhere. If you don't know, it's better to what you can say leave this question. But again, you know that there is one logic in finding out the answer of this question. I will discuss later. Okay, can anybody tell me what we have attempted for this? Yes, Manish, what is your answer for this question?
I attempted D, none of the following. I think it was Regulating Act of 73. But that concept was not there because Supreme Court was then introduced.
Yeah, Supreme Court was introduced, but then at a time, British, like in the British East India Company, was not ruling all over the country. It was ruling only in one particular part, that is Bengal. Got it, Manish? Yes, Supreme Court was introduced at the time, but what you can see at the time, British East India Company was not ruling all over the region. Like there was no, what you can say, the center, and there was no provincial governments or provinces at that time.
True, but at the same time, this Madras and Bombay's also the jurisdiction came under Bengal
Yeah, right.
Supreme Court. So in that sense, it was uniform. So I thought, and regulating act was in my mind.
ठीक है, no problem. So you have marked D.
D.
ठीक, okay. Okay, anyone else what attempted this question? The answer of this question is actually A. That is Government of India Act 1935. One second. Huh? There. Hello. Hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
I guess, yeah. Fine. So what we're discussing that this question, in this question, the answer is A. But anyways, what is expected that in such type of questions, when you are not very sure about the particular fact, then it's better to skip such questions. If your attempt is very, like if your attempt is good enough, where you are sure that you are going to, what you can say, qualify this exam. Fine. Shall I going to the next statement, that is, for election to the Council of States in India, a nomination paper can be filed by. So read these questions and let me know what should be the answer of these questions. Hello.
Sir, you are not audible.
Yeah. Sorry. Yep. So for the election of the Council of States in India, a nomination paper can be filed by. So why I have taken this, or you can say the question, because we have seen that recently there were elections conducted for the Council of States. Around 45 something the members have been elected to the Council of States. So after every 2 years, the members are elected to the Council of States. So recently the swearing in ceremony has been taken place. That is why I have included these questions, right? So can anyone residing in India file the nomination paper to the Council of States? No, right? A resident of the state from which the election is to be contested. So is it compulsory that, because we know that Council of State, there is a representation of the state, right? So is it mandatory that a person should be from that particular state to which he is going to represent in the Rajya Sabha? So is it that? Is it true?
No, sir.
No, right? So the second is also wrong. So any citizen of India whose names appear in the electoral rolls of Lok Sabha constituency, and any citizen of India. So what should be the answer here?
It's C.
Yeah, it should be C, right? So C is the correct answer. Anyone got it wrong? Check it. Going to the next question. In election for Council of State or Legislative Council, the winning candidate must get at least 50% of the first preference votes polled to be declared elected. So is it correct? This is related to the Council of State, that we need to remember. Like last year we have seen there were similar such questions related to the Lok Sabha, but here in the election of the Council of State, Legislative Council, the winning candidate must get at least 50% of the first preference vote poll to be declared elected. So the statement is correct or wrong? The statement is correct.
Correct.
Incorrect. Why incorrect?
Sir, first preference vote लिखा हुआ है. So that is not the case in single transferable vote, because अगर 50 नहीं आए हैं तो हम last candidate के second preference vote count कर लेते हैं और 50 cross हो जाता है. So that is not the condition कि first preference vote ही 50 होनी चाहिए.
ठीक है. So what about the second statement? If the candidate do not receive the required votes, then the votes of the last candidate transferred till a candidate reaches the required votes. So this statement is correct or wrong?
Yes, sir, it is correct.
Okay, so what should be the answer of this question here? The question should be 2 only.
B.
Right?
Sir, I think the first option is also right.
Why?
I have I have checked it after the test.
Yeah, that is correct. That in the election for the Council of State or Legislative, the winning candidate must get at least 50% of the first preference votes polled to be declared elected. So yes, Piyush, why do you think that if that candidate do not get the first preference vote, then he has an option to what you can say in single transferable vote, the last candidate's votes are transferred to him. So I guess both of the statements is correct.
तो सर उसके फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस वोट तो 50 नहीं हुए ना, वो फिर भी जीत गया ना, ये भी तो सोचिए।
हाँ,
तो
तो
मेरे
वही-
अगर
first-
40% वोट है and I am not getting 50% of the first preference vote, but still I am getting selected ना, I am crossing 50 by getting the votes of the last second preference of someone else. So
Okay.
50 votes of
Yeah.
first preference हुआ ही नहीं मेरा, मैं फिर भी जीत गया. That's the real thing.
ठीक है, चलिए, no problem. Okay, Gitanjali, I will explain this to you. What exactly is trying to see? I'll explain this to you, but here the answer should be true only. That is B. The second statement is correct. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
चलिए. Yes, Zainab, you want to say something?
So you're not audible.
Okay, there must be some network issue from your end, Zainab, because others are getting voice. You are only not getting the voice. Okay, just wait for some time. Like going to the next question. In India, judicial activism implies. So earlier the question has been asked, what is judicial review? So I have added here judicial activism. So what is judicial activism is explained here. So is it the power of the judiciary to pronounce upon the constitutional validity of laws and executive orders? This is wrong, because this is what it is called as judicial review, right? So first statement is wrong. The power of the judiciary to question the wisdom of the laws enacted by the legislature. This is also wrong, because the judiciary cannot question the wisdom of the legislature. See, the power of the judiciary to give orders to executive legislature in case of inaction in certain important matters. Yes. So suo motu, sometimes the judiciary can give orders to the executive legislature if the legislature and the executive are not what you can say not acting, or it is inaction. So in such situation, the judiciary can give order to the judicial and executive. That is what is called as judicial activism. Last option, the power of the judiciary to review its own judgment given earlier in similar or different cases. This is not. So correct answer is C for this question. Right? Actually. So what we'll do now, like rather than what you can say discussing the whole questions, I will give you the correct options and you just mark it down. If you have any doubts, you can ask me that question. Fine. Okay. Next is, which of the following are necessarily consequences of the proclamation of the president's rule in India? That we have already discussed. Dissolution of the state legislative assembly is correct. Removal of the council of the minister in the state is it is also correct. Dissolution of local body is wrong. So which one is correct? They have asked, right? So the answer should be 1 and 2 only. Fine. Any doubts about it?
No, sir.
Okay. Next, which of the following? हाँ, बोलिए.
So state legislative assembly कैसे dissolve कर सकते हैं sir?
Dissolution of
Council
this. Yeah, which one of the following are necessarily consequences of proclamation of president's rule in state? Dissolution of the state legislative assembly. Huh. 2 only should be correct here. 2 only. B, right. You're right, Moin. Okay. Any doubts? Why? Because when the president rule is declared, it doesn't mean like not necessarily what you can say the state legislative assembly is not what you can say dissolved after the proclamation of the president. Only the council of minister is removed. The legislative assembly is kept as it is. But if the elections are declared, it is dissolved. Fine. So 2 only should be the answer of this question. 7 questions.
Yes.
Which of the following are envisaged by the right to equality in the Constitution of India? So which of the following are under the right to equality? So abolition of title, is it there in the right to equality?
Yes, sir.
Equal opportunity to public employment? Yes, it is
Yes,
also
sir.
there.
1 and 2 only.
So protection of the interest of minorities and right to profess any religion. So 3 and 4 are not the right to equality. They are fundamental rights, but they are not under the right to equality. They are comes under the freedom of religion and what you can say the protection of minorities, right? So 1 and 2 only should be the answer. C is the correct answer of this question. And going to the next question, which one of the following is not feature of the Indian judiciary? There is an independent judiciary in India. Powers have been clearly divided between the legislature and judiciary. Judicial appointments are made by executive. C is the correct answer here. Right, in this question, the C is the correct answer. I will be giving you the marks so that we can cover it fast. If you have any doubts in the correct answer, you can ask me a question, right? Question number 9. which of the following statement is or true about the DPSPs in Constitution of India? A legislative process has been provided to enforce the DPSPs.
108 question. Judicial appointments are made by executive only, no? President only makes their appointments.
No, it is actually made by what you can say on the collegium system. The
No,
executive.
It should be B as per me.
they
Answer of
recommend
8.
the name. They recommend the name, but the executive president appoints though. Like he signs and hence appoints. So it should be B according to me.
And moreover, where is the
Yes,
clear
sir.
division of powers between legislature and judiciary? Judiciary, so over the period of time, they have enhanced their power only, na sir? Because it was not clearly written. The doctrine of basic structure where it was written. There were no clear-cut distinctions between the powers. They are just implying what they can do. They are just implying what the parliament can do. So I think B should be the answer. And moreover, the C option which he is saying, that is also correct. That the president
Judicial-
only makes the appointment, na?
Okay. Check.
Sir, can I answer him?
Yes.
The whatever the collegium decide, it is binding on the president. So it is collegium who appoints the judges of Supreme Court.
Yeah. See, here one thing is that the judicial appointment is, although it is done by the what you can say, done by the president, but it's not on the advice of the what you can say, the Council of Ministers. Actually, it is on the names which is recommended by the what you can say, by the collegium. So in that sense, C should be also correct. And yes, powers have been clearly divided between the legislature and judiciary. Why I think this is what you can say wrong, because in previous year exam there was one question in which the question has been asked that which among the following is not the feature of the what you can say, which among the following is not the feature of the independence judiciary. So that in that sense, B should be wrong. C should be the correct answer. But let's say I will check it out once again. What is the correct answer of this question? But I think C should be the correct answer. Okay. Going to the next question. Which of the following statement is or are true of the DPSPs in Constitution of India? A legislative process has been provided to enforce DPSPs. This is wrong. They are correlated to fundamental rights. So what do you think? Second is correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Sir, this kind of statement I've read
correct.
somewhere. I think it's
So it is
correct.
correct.
It's like
Second.
direct statement I've read somewhere. They are correlated to fundamental. According to some Supreme Court judgment only, I think it is correlated to fundamental rights.
Yes. So 2 only should be the answer of this question. B. Okay. 10. The Parliament of India exercises control over.
One is not correct. Yeah, legislative process has been provided to enforce these fundamental rights.
No legislature, because they are not enforceable. So no
That is in judicial. But according legislature can enact and enforce. No.
Laws can be made. The law should be made as per the DPSP. The law should be made as as per DPSP. But you cannot like by law. It is not, you cannot force the state to what you can say enforce the DPSPs. Means there is no any such laws where the state is what you can say supposed to enforce the DPSP. That is what is mentioned here. A legislative process has been provided to enforce. That is important here. To enforce the DPSPs is wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Next, the Parliament of India exercises control over the budget by following bills. So, cut motion, passing of appropriation bill, and supplementary grants. So, what do you think? What should be the answer of this question? I guess all of the above, because all of the above. Like the Parliament keeps control on the budget by passing cut motions, passing appropriation bill. Yes, it is done by the Parliament, and supplementary grants are also what you can say approved by the Parliament. So here, whenever we have such type of questions like 1, 2, this, then 1, 2, 3 is correct most of the time, right? Question number 11. One of the implication of social harmony is the absence of. So can anybody have anybody attempted these questions? If
Yes,
anyone
sir.
has attempted, then what we have attempted?
Sir, B. I have marked B.
B. Absence of restraints.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Even I
One
marked B.
B. One of the implications of social harmony. How we
I
can.
said B.
So by giving rights, can we bring the social harmony, or by giving by putting restraints, can we bring the social harmony?
So, but they are not asking by giving. They are asking in the absence of. In the absence of rights, is there social harmony, or in the absence of restraints? That is the question, no? So in the absence of restraints, there can be social harmony, because as far as rights are concerned, अगर rights ही नहीं होंगे तो what kind of social harmony are we talking about?
Right.
So in all the four options, the restraints is the only negative concept, the most negative concept that I thought should be the answer.
Fine. Chale, so B looks more what you can say the appropriate. But anyways, as I'm telling you, in exam again UPSC का answer कुछ भी हो सकता है. You should attempt such questions. We should attempt such questions only when your attempt is very less. Yes, Ritika.
So it could be competition.
It could be. Can we have social harmony? Like, is competition not good for the society?
Sir, in that point, the restraints also good for the society.
Exactly. As in, like, if you see, sir, it's saying one of the implications of social harmony is the absence of. So basically, if there is no restraints, there'll be no order as well. So if you have order, you have to have restraints as well.
Okay. So what should be the answer according to you? What should be the answer according to you in this question, Ritika?
Technically, there is no correct option that I would say, because competition, again, you need competition for growth. But ideally, I would say competition would be something in socialism. It can't be accepted, because in capitalism it can be accepted, but too much competition shouldn't be there in the society.
If the options were like ideological difference.
So that's what I was talking about. I thought it is ideology.
The option should have been instead of like ideology, the option should have been ideological difference. If there is an absence of ideological differences, it should bring social harmony.
But the idea is for what lies at the root of ideological differences. Ideological differences lie because only of ideology. If ideology is only not there, there will be no ideological differences. There will be a harmony.
Yeah. So
But ideological difference hamper social harmony. In India, we have different ideologies. The right wing BJP, the left wing.
Context of India, no.
But we are studying Indian politics most of the time. If the question is,
ideal scenario for having social harmony.
In any society, sir, in any society, in US also, the ideologies are different. Democrats and Republicans, they have different ideologies, and people vote on their ideologies only. So I think ideologies do exist in a society, and that doesn't mean that social harmony is being disturbed. And as far as restraint is concerned, the last year UPSC has asked the concept of liberty, where they are given the answer is absence of restraint. So I think the term restraint doesn't mean restraint zaruri hai society ke liye. Yeah, it is the most negative term I am saying. I'm not saying that competition couldn't be the answer. A competition can also be an answer, but apart from all three, restraints is the only one which can basically hamper the social harmony.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See what? Yeah, 1 second. That's what I'm saying. That in exam, कैसे होता है ना कि what you think at that particular moment will decide what should be the answer. Like maybe after sometimes you may change your answer. So if there are any such questions where you are feeling that there can be 1 or 2 questions where there are answers like the correct answer for this question, it's better to skip such questions. So there will be only 1 such questions or 2 such questions out of 15 questions. Got it? If you are